In 2005, Liverpool Football Club produced one of the greatest comebacks in the history of sport. Trailing 3 goals at half-time in the Champions League final, the team returned to the pitch in Istanbul and rewrote football history. But the story of Liverpool Football Club did not begin in that stadium. It began more than a century earlier, with a dispute over rent. Hi, you are watching Infinite Timelines, where we explore the key moments that shaped the world around us. Few football clubs carry a story quite like Liverpool Football Club. From its beginnings in the late 19th century to becoming one of the most successful teams in world football, its history is defined by legendary players, unforgettable victories, and moments that shaped the game itself. The story of Liverpool Football Club begins in 1892. At the time, football in England was rapidly expanding as organized leagues and competitions began to bring structure to the sport. The club itself was formed after a dispute at Anfield Stadium. John Holding, the owner of the ground and a director at Everton, fell out with the Everton board over rent payments. When Everton left Anfield in 1892 to move across Stanley Park to Goodison Park, Holding was left with an empty stadium. His solution was simple: form a new club to play there. On June 3, 1892, Liverpool Football Club was officially founded. The new club quickly joined the Football League and began climbing through English football. In the years that followed, Liverpool began to establish itself as a competitive side. Under manager Tom Watson, the team secured promotion to the First Division in 1896. Just a few years later, Liverpool won its first league title in 1901, confirming its arrival among England's top clubs. A second league championship followed in 1906, and Anfield steadily grew into one of the most recognizable stadiums in the country. However, the decades that followed were not always smooth. Liverpool remained competitive, but struggled to dominate consistently during the early 20th century. By the late 1950s, the club had fallen into the second division, searching for a way back to the top of English football. The real turning point came in 1959. That year, Liverpool appointed Bill Shankly as manager. Shankly transformed the club from top to bottom. He rebuilt the squad, modernized training methods, and created a powerful team culture built on unity between players and supporters. His impact was immediate. Liverpool won the second division title in 1962, returning to the top flight. 2 years later, the club captured the First Division title in 1964, and in 1965, Liverpool lifted its first FA Cup, signaling the start of a new era. From this point forward, Liverpool entered a period of extraordinary success. Under Shankly and later Bob Paisley, the club became one of the dominant forces in European football. Liverpool won the European Cup for the first time in 1977, defeating Borussia Mönchengladbach in Rome. More European triumphs followed in 1978, 1981, and 1984, while domestically, Liverpool captured numerous league titles throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Players such as Kenny Dalglish, Graham Souness, and Ian Rush became icons of the club during this golden era. Yet not every defining moment in Liverpool's history came through victory. In 1985, tragedy struck at the Heysel Stadium disaster in Brussels before the European Cup final between Liverpool and Juventus. Crowd disturbances led to the collapse of a stadium wall, resulting in the deaths of 39 supporters, most of them Juventus fans. The disaster had profound consequences for European football. English clubs were banned from European competitions for 5 years, and Liverpool's reputation suffered greatly in the aftermath. Just 4 years later, another tragedy would deeply affect the club and its supporters. On April 15, 1989, the Hillsborough disaster occurred during an FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield. A crowd crush in the stadium's Leppings Lane end resulted in the deaths of 97 Liverpool supporters. The disaster became one of the darkest moments in British sporting history. In the years that followed, the campaign for justice led by the victims' families brought major changes to stadium safety in England. The Taylor Report ultimately recommended the conversion of major stadiums to all-seater venues, permanently reshaping the experience of football in the country. Despite these tragedies, Liverpool continued to compete at the highest levels of the sport. The club entered the modern Premier League era in 1992, though league titles proved difficult to reclaim for many years. Nevertheless, Liverpool produced unforgettable moments along the way. Perhaps the most famous came in 2005, when Liverpool staged one of the greatest comebacks in football history to win the UEFA Champions League final in Istanbul after trailing AC Milan 3-0 at half-time. In the modern era, Liverpool has once again risen to the summit of world football. The appointment of Jürgen Klopp in 2015 ushered in a new chapter built around intense pressing, fast-attacking football, and a powerful connection between players and supporters. Liverpool reached the Champions League final in 2018, before winning the competition in 2019 by defeating Tottenham Hotspur in Madrid. The following year, Liverpool ended a 30-year wait for a league title, winning the Premier League in 2020 with a dominant campaign. After nearly a decade at the helm, Klopp announced he would step down as Liverpool manager in 2024, bringing an emotional end to one of the most influential managerial eras in the club's history. Liverpool turned to Dutch coach Arne as his successor. Slot's arrival marked the beginning of a new chapter at Anfield. Building on the foundations left behind, his first season in charge produced immediate success. In 2025, Liverpool once again lifted the Premier League title, with Slot becoming the first manager in the club's history to win the league in his debut season. The achievement demonstrated how Liverpool's identity, built across generations of managers, players, and supporters, continues to evolve while remaining rooted in the traditions that began more than a century earlier. Today, Liverpool Football Club remains one of the most recognizable and supported teams in world football. Anfield continues to echo with the famous anthem, "You'll Never Walk Alone," a symbol of the club's deep bond with its supporters. What began as a dispute over a stadium in 1892 has become one of the most remarkable stories in sport. The journey of Liverpool Football Club is a reminder that even the greatest institutions are shaped by both triumph and tragedy, and that every legacy begins with a single moment in time. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Infinite Timelines for more stories behind the teams, places, and ideas that shaped our world. Please leave a comment telling us what you would like to see in future videos, and be sure to hit the notification bell.